A clever prison escape often relies on the simplest and most direct methods. The man pretended to visit his cousin in prison. He deliberately delayed his visit until the guard switched shifts. The new guard was completely unfamiliar with the situation. When the moment was right, the man sprang into action. He had his cousin place his hands on the table. Then, he covered his cousin's hands with his own. In the brief moment the guard was distracted, Hassan used his skilled sleight of hand magic to instantly transfer the handcuffs onto himself. His cousin was stunned into silence, unable to believe his brother could pull off such a feat. Hassan quickly reminded him to stay calm to avoid attracting the guard's attention. Soon, the visitation ended. Because the two looked like identical twins and were wearing exactly the same clothes, the guard at the door didn't suspect a thing and escorted handcuffed Hassan back to the cell. No one expected someone to swap places right under a guard's nose. Meanwhile, his cousin walked out of the prison with confidence. But Hassan was still inside. He had to figure out another way to escape. So he began observing the prison carefully and soon came up with a feasible plan. He pretended to play basketball with fellow inmates, and at the moment of a slam dunk, quickly removed the basketball net. His movements were clean and precise, and no one noticed a thing. This basketball net would become a key tool in his escape. Next, he bribed prisoners with 2 packs of cigarettes and gathered information about the prison's personnel. The next day, during yard time, Hassan deliberately approached the prison gang leader and mocked him, saying his bald head would never grow hair. The gang leader flew into a rage, ordering his men to attack Hassan immediately, leaving him severely injured. But this was exactly part of Hassan's plan. He used the opportunity to get into the infirmary. Late at night, he endured the pain, climbed out of bed, and quietly entered the infirmary, where he stole a special capsule. Soon after, during rounds, the doctor was shocked to see Hassan apparently hanging himself in suicide. The doctor rushed forward to intervene, only to find he had no pulse. The guards concluded it was a suicide out of guilt, and placed the body in a bag, preparing to remove it from the prison. However, Hassan was not dead. It was all a trap he had set. The capsule put him in a state of suspended death, and before it fully took effect, Hassan tied the basketball net around his body to relieve the pressure from the rope so his neck wouldn't be constricted. The biggest risk was timing the drug's effect precisely. If he miscalculated, he could have truly suffocated inside the bag. But Hassan was an expert in pharmacology and calculations, and he measured the capsule's dosage perfectly. Halfway through the transport, the capsule's effect wore off just in time. He snapped awake, climbed out of the body bag, and quietly jumped off the vehicle while the driver was distracted. At last, Hassan completed his breathtaking prison escape.